Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're not stepping into daily routine of a celebrity, athlete or CEO. No, instead we're studying the routine of a company, one that is globally admired, imitated and obsessively analyzed throughout history and on the planet at the moment, which is Apple. And this company is known for its simplicity, precision, design and way of thinking of creating products that are unique in history. And behind all of those outstanding iconic products, there is a routine, a rhythm, a way of working that really helps the company create those beautiful products with their discipline. That's why this video looks into Apple's productivity system. What are the benefits? What you could apply to your daily routine, of course, and last but not least, things that you need to adjust before trying out anything that Apple does, right? Are you ready to rumble? Can I hear you? Yes, I see you nodding, or at least I think you're nodding. All right, then let's start so that you can feel, you know what comes next? Unstoppable! Okay, then let's start right away with chapter number 1, which is Apple's productivity system. And for sure, Apple's productivity is based on simplicity, focus, yes, focus, and deep craftsmanship. And let's start right away with point number 1, which is that Apple eliminates distractions ruthlessly. Apple is famous for saying no more than any other company. They cut features, they cut projects, they cut complexity. Focus is their superpower. And that's pretty amazing to hear, right? Because when you really just make sure that everything is very simple, you really reduce the risk of being distracted in something else that is not really value adding. So here you can see the Apple principle is that you just really look at that everything is as simple as possible and that there's no unnecessary distraction, because you want to be sure that the product, the work you're doing is very easy and simple to understand for others, and not that there are 10,000 or 1 million different interpretations of your work. Let me also know in the comments, what is your super trick to make sure that everything is as simple as possible, right? Just think about, one thing I can say is that I always try to think about, would a 5-year-old understand it? Is it very clear? And then I try to think of from different angles. Is it clearly understandable as to what I'm trying to communicate here? If my customer can really understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, then let's have a look at point number 2, which is Apple works in small, high-trust teams. Even though the company is massive, with more than 170,000 employees, okay, I'm rounding here up, but in 2025, the work happens in small groups. These teams operate like elite units, tight, focused, deeply collaborative. And that's cool to hear, right? Instead of consulting many different people, in such a big company, they really just look at having specific focus groups, which goes back to the first part again, to really specialize on one task and make sure that this one task or 2 tasks that you really execute them, not just 100%, but 1000%. Which means also in your daily work, think about the tasks that you are very good and make sure that you can really focus on them and get them done in a good way. Then let's have a look at point number 3, which is Apple uses secrecy as a productivity tool. Secrecy isn't just about protecting products. No, it reduces noise. It keeps teams focused. It prevents unnecessary opinions. And here's the thing, silence creates clarity. And instead of being distracted again with just too much noise and things that happen around, people say this, no, you should be doing it that way, no, you should be doing it that way. You know, you start shifting, okay, is this the right way? Is this the right way? Instead, you really use secrecy to make sure that you really just work on that one specific task instead of sharing it with 1,000, 1 million people who everybody has a different opinion. And then instead of this iconic product of an iPhone, you will have something completely different, which turns out to be, you know, those old phones where you need to dial the numbers in the circle. So here you can really see that secrecy also helps you to stay truly focused on your true benefit, your true values, instead of being sidetracked of what's happening around or people telling you, no, you should be doing this. Oh, I heard you're working on that. I think you should really add this feature. But if you have all this noise around you, you start getting distracted, and it's very difficult again for you to focus on your key values, key benefits. Here in case of Apple, it is simplicity, really making sure that it's a unique design and very user-friendly. Then let's have a look at point number 4, which is Apple obsesses over details. Pixel alignment, material choices, button feel, animation timing, craftsmanship is really part of their identity. And it goes back to the previous parts where we really say everybody is highly specialized. And as somebody really specializes on their specific task, they have the ownership about this one specific aspect of their product, you really think about, okay, is it simple? Is it useful? And is it really conveying our design, our values? And then you can also think about, does it really make sense? Is it user-friendly for somebody else? Which means, again, comes back to the one part is that when you work on something, really make sure to focus yourself on it. Point number 5, Apple prototypes constantly. Oh yes, you heard correctly. What does it mean specifically? They don't debate about ideas endlessly. No, they just build them and they test them. They break them down again, refine them. So here really prototyping replaces arguing. And that's really cool. You know, sometimes you just end up thinking for hours and days and weeks and months and years, thinking, is this really the best? Shall I go for it? Shall I try it out? No. Apple just says, let's just do it, let's try it out. We test it works, cool. It doesn't work, let's see how we can refine it. And that's something very outstanding. Instead of really waiting for hours like, okay, shall we try it, shall we not? Dim, dim, dim. No, Apple just really prototypes this and tests it. And after the testing, then there comes the next step, again to review. Did it work, did it match? And that's something really cool because, again, instead of waiting for hours, for ages, just to have this one idea that you could work on, you just get things done and you try it out. Because the more things you try out, there's different skills that you learn along the way that will help you to develop the next best product. And that's the cool thing. Maybe this one prototype they worked on might not work out. It is okay, because there's 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or different skills that the employee has learned during that process, and those skills can be put over to a next project, a next prototype they're working on. So again, really here also prototyping you can see as a way of further developing the skills, further developing the knowledge, the expertise, and creating simple and yet products with a deep craftsmanship. Point number 6. Apple uses DRIs, directly responsible individuals. What does it mean specifically? Every task has one owner and not a committee, not a group, just one person who is directly responsible for a task. This really eliminates confusion and accelerates really execution because you are accountable for making sure that this one task or this one project gets done in perfect situation. And that's a cool thing. I think you can all relate to it. You sit in a meeting and you start working on a project. And by the end of the meeting, everybody says, just, okay, that's clear. But you leave the meeting and you start wondering, who does what? Am I supposed to do it? No, I think the other person is doing it. And you see, there already is a lot of unclarity. Who does what, when, until what time, and with what tools. But if it's clear that just one person has to focus on this specific task, you know, okay, I know this is not my task. I know Peter or Maria is going to take care of it. I just focus on my task specifically and make sure it is done with good output. And that's the cool thing. Really here in Apple, everybody is directly accountable for the different products they're working on. Then let's have a look at point number 7, which is Apple works in long, deep cycles. Their product development rhythm is slow, deliberate, and focused. They don't chase trends, they really shape them. And that's a good thing. Instead of looking at what's the current trend and just really a bit like this, chase it right away. No, instead Apple just really takes a step back and really looks at the overall picture. What do our consumers, what do our customers really need from us? What kind of products are value adding? What are simple products that really help them be the best versions of themselves with the technology that we provide? And let's look back also at another topic. When the first iPad came out, At that time, it wasn't really clear for what purpose should I use an iPad. But nowadays, if you look back, it's very common for you to have an iPad potentially and use it to read your messages, or use it when you're traveling just to really just look from your iPad, read the latest news or watch some videos. And that's really the cool thing about Apple. Instead of just saying, okay, yes, we follow the trend, chase every trend here and there. No, we really look at what can really be beneficial for our customers, what can really change entire market trends so that we set the standards, we have iconic products that really people aspire to have. Then let's have a look at point number 8, which is Apple protects its culture fiercely. Hiring is very slow, standards are extremely high, and values are non-negotiable. Culture is the operating system. And that's really interesting because, again, sometimes you might have a lot of people saying you should be doing this, you should be doing that, this and this and this and this should be happening. But instead, Apple stands firm on its brand, stands strong on its culture, and really makes sure for every person they hire into the group, into the company, that they match those values, so that on the inside already the company can be really strong in order to shape future market trends. That's quite interesting to see, because it just tells us that whenever you really want to achieve something, you need to make sure that the actions you're taking really also align with your own values, so that you're not like a loose tree kind of waving in the wind. No, but you really are aware of your own values and live by them on every single day. And what we can see here is that Apple's productivity system is not chaotic. No, it is intentional, disciplined, and deeply focused. Starting from every single employee, continue with the responsibility they have for the products, but also really making sure that products are not just there because everybody wants it right now at the moment. No, they really look at what is going to shape the industry, what is going to define the next trends. Okay, now we looked at Apple's productivity system, but for sure you must be curious now, what are the benefits? Okay, then let's start with chapter number 2, which is benefits of Apple's productivity system. And as you can see, this routine is driven by its innovation focus, but also by the design-driven aspect of the company. Then let's start right away with the first benefit, which is extreme clarity. Fewer projects means there's more focus. More focus means they're better products. And it just makes sense, right? Imagine you have 10 different tasks to do in one day. And yeah, you see here, already 10 different tasks. It sounds a lot. But if you're able just to cut it down and look at what's the most important thing, what's the most value adding for my task, which one brings me the furthest, or which one helps my customers the most, then you will see that you maybe can just focus on 3 items. And as you focus on those tasks, you will see that you will have a better output than just doing everything, maybe 40% with the output. But if you just focus on 3 items, of course, you can deliver more, you can deliver a better quality. Now let's look at benefit number 2, which is high craftsmanship. Small teams and deep work brings excellence, and individuals in the company work there for over 20 years. That's incredible, right? It means the more you work on certain tasks, it means also you're going to build up more expertise over time. And one thing I've always seen over time, which I found sometimes quite funny, is that if you start into a company, or if you just start with something, you expect to be like this with speed, the best person ever. But no, that's the thing. Craftsmanship, really being an expert in your area, take some time to really continuously work on those skills and really focus on those tasks to make sure that you gain more and more expertise over time. Which means that also, if you really want to be an expert in something, it never happens like poof, 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 like this over time. No, it really takes some time, some specialization, some focus to make sure that you really develop your own expertise. As you can see in the example of Apple, like again, if you hear people working for 20 years in a company, that is incredible, and it just reflects the expertise, the craftsmanship they build up over time to really make sure that this one part of the entire product works perfectly well. Then let's have a look at benefit number 3, which is faster decision making. One owner per task eliminates confusion. And we already heard it before, right? Instead of having 5 people involved in one project and you're not sure, I think he or she, who takes decision on this one? I was just waiting for the other person to say yes or no. No, but in this case, it really is clear who is accountable for something and who should take the shots, who should make the decisions in order to get to the best place. And the good thing is this person already has a lot of expertise and knows the different variations of the product, of the specific part. Then let's have a look at benefit number 4, reduced noise. Because here's the cool thing, simplicity and secrecy really protects attention. And again, instead of just boosting all the cool things you're working on right now, the company really just makes sure that you really develop this one skill. And once everything is ready, then they can share with the whole world. Because if they were already to share within the process of what a product is going to be about, of course people might say, no, but I want this to be that way. I think this would be better. Oh, no, I think it should be in that specific way. You hear already different kind of voices along the way of people telling you what should be done or not. Or worst case even, you might have competitors looking at the product, studying it, and then already copy it for themselves. And that's one of the cool things, like if you really just focus on your own task, make sure that you make the improvements step by step over time. You will see that you really can make sure that you accomplish your goals, because you just focus on your own task instead of being focused on talking about it, all the great things you're doing. No, you really focus your energy on getting it done, so that by the end you're done, people are speechless, like, wow, you did all of that, right? Okay, then let's have a look at benefit number 5, which is long-term innovation. Deep cycles allow for breakthroughs, not shortcuts. And as you can see, Apple's system is not about speed, it's about precision and depth. And that's a cool thing. Sometimes you notice that, you want to build up this amazing project, something that you have in mind, like this one goal that you want to work on. And maybe you want to get it done very quickly. But here's the thing, sometimes if you do it super quickly, it just might be messy. It might not be a good solution at the beginning. But as you continuously work on it over time, you really make sure that through the trials and error, you build up a system or you accomplish your goal in a good way that really adds value to others. Let me say it that way. In Apple's example, if you have an amazing product, let's say the iPhone, it's not just developed within 1 year, okay, here we go as the next one. No, it really takes some time to look at the different aspects, where every specialist, every directly responsible individual looks at the different aspects of the phone and see how they can improve it, what should be better, what should be the best thing, what should be setting trends for our customers. And of course, those things, sometimes they take a bit more time because we have this prototyping in place. But as you do the prototyping, you really constantly look in terms of what can we do better, how we can help our customers. It means the next time you want to accomplish something really amazing and outstanding, don't just wait until it's done, because here's the thing, this excellent, this really deep craftsmanship takes time. And it's nothing that just happens overnight. No, it's really something that you build up step by step. All right? As you can see, really, this is the daily routine, the working rhythm of Apple. And in the next video, we're going to look at what are the things that you could apply to your daily routine, of course, and things that you need to pay attention to or adjust before trying out anything that Apple does. You curious? All right, then stay tuned and check out the next video. Bye! And psst, remember to subscribe to the channel because there are more of those videos coming up. Bye!